Gentlemen, we need to talk. Ladies, you'll thank me for this. I want to preface this video by saying that there is going to be mature content discussed in this video. So if you're not of age, please, I appreciate your enthusiasm for wanting to be in the conversation, but this is an exit for you, so thank you. So now that we have the grown-ups left, let's have the conversation. There are certain conversations that are very uncomfortable to have. And these same conversations most times also happen to be the most necessary conversations to be had. And there's very few conversations out there that are very uncomfortable, especially to men, like what we are going to talk about today. And in this video, I want to talk about the uncomfortable relationship between men and the sex toys that their women tend to use. Now, if we are being honest here, which I very much encourage on this channel, most men hate the thought of their women pleasing themselves with a sex toy, especially in their presence. Now, there's some scenarios where men would actually enjoy when a random woman pleases herself with a sex toy, but again, that's a topic for another video. The fact that most men are not fond of the usage or presence of female sex toys in the bedroom is not stemming from a bad place. The main reason why most men feel that way is because we take so much pride in being the sole pleasure provider to our women. Anything or anyone that comes in between ends up being a threat to our value in the relationship with our women. So in essence, female sex toys end up becoming a taboo or a threat to a man's masculinity. And because of this mentality, what most men don't realize, the pride that we have in pleasing our women, in being the sole pleasure provider, actually ends up taking away from the experience, from the pleasures that they can have, other than maximizing or adding into their sexual pleasures. You see, there are more women out there using sex toys than men realize or sometimes want to accept. And ladies, before you get mad at men for not understanding the pleasures that you get from using a sex toy, I want you to realize one thing. The reason why most guys see sex toys as being unnecessary is because sex toys are not a common thing in a man's sexual life. When a man wants to go please himself, he easily excuses himself in a place that is safe, like a bathroom or bedroom, and takes care of business. And he doesn't have to worry about having a toy, or he's not concerned, or he's not used to using a toy to find that pleasure. So it's very easy for a man to justify the unnecessariness of sex toys, which to a woman does not make sense. So when we peel out the layers, the social norms and everything when it comes to orgasm, you get to realize that the female orgasm is very different from a male orgasm. Let's look at the numbers here. 75% of women cannot experience orgasm through penetration alone during intercourse. They need external things like dildos and vibrators in order for them to experience orgasm, in order for them to climax. So that number leaves only 25% of women being able to experience orgasm through penetration during intercourse. Now, let's put that aside for a second. And another factor to consider when it comes to orgasm is how long it takes someone to get there. And for a man, average is 5 minutes. You could say there are men who can hold it for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes to an hour. But that takes time, it takes a lot of work and practice, and it's not something that's normal. Most men, it might actually take them a minute and a half, a minute, some even 30 seconds to climax. So on average, it takes a man 5 minutes. Whereas as women, it takes them anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to experience orgasm. So now you can see the difference. Our expectations on how things should be need to be in line with what reality actually is. If you expect to be able to pleasure your woman to a point where she can experience an orgasm through penetration, a few things need to happen. Number one, you need to make sure that you're disciplined and you've trained yourself enough to be able to last more than 10 minutes, because the earliest on average a woman reaches climax or gets an orgasm is 10 minutes. And not only that, you have to be one of those men who's won the jackpot and attracted a woman who is at 25% who can actually experience orgasm through penetration alone. So let's clear things up here. You can train yourself to last 10, 15, 20 minutes. That's completely doable. With enough discipline and persistence, you can get yourself there. However, what's close to impossible is figuring out if the woman you're dating or going out with is one of the 25% of women who can experience an orgasm, who can climax through penetration alone. Most men don't go out with women and ask them, hey, what's your average climax time? Chances that you're going to be one of those guys who's disciplined enough to last more than 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes before you get an ejaculation is very, very rare. And another thing is that you do not know where the woman you're going out with lies. Is she one of the 25% that can experience an ejaculation through penetration? Or is she the majority, the 75% of women out there who needs external things like vibrators and dildos in order for them to be able to experience an orgasm? One thing I want most men to get out of this is that you are not the main determinant of whether your girl is going to climax each and every time you two have sex. You need to realize that the anatomy and the way that orgasm works with women is going to be completely different. The more you know about her, the more you encourage a woman to know about her body, the easier it's going to be for you to get her to that climax, that orgasm place, as quickly and as reliably and as often as possible. And another thing that men can do is change the relationship they have with female sex toys. Most times when a man thinks about dildos or vibrators being introduced during intercourse with his woman, he looks at this apparatus, at this toy, as something that's going to replace him, that's going to take his place. And if you go out and ask any woman who is sane, they will tell you that they will not replace their man for a sex toy at any point. What you provide to her is completely different from what a sex toy will be able to provide. The sensation that your penis will have when it's inside her is going to be completely different from something like a vibration sensation that a dildo or a vibrator might have. And another perspective you can use to help you with this is look at sex toys as things that supplement your sexual relationship with your woman. An analogy that most people would understand is eating healthy. You make sure that you have your greens, you have your clean protein, you have your healthy fats included in there, and good complex carbohydrates in your diet. But at the same time, it's also encouraged for you to go and supplement your diet with vitamin B12 because your body naturally cannot make these supplements. Things like vitamin D's, because sometimes you might live at a climate where you don't get enough sunshine all around the year, that you have to get these from external sources. So it's the same thing. You taking vitamin D3 or vitamin B12 does not mean that you don't have a healthy lifestyle. It just means that your lifestyle could be better, your diet could be better by supplementing it with these other things that your body cannot naturally make. These vitamins will in no way, shape, or form replace the good, healthy diet that you already have. It's the same thing with sex toys. They're not there to replace the relationship, the part that you play in your woman's sexual intercourse. They're there to supplement what you two already have. So the sooner you embrace it, the more you get to understand how a female orgasm works, the sooner your sexual relationship with your woman is going to improve. So what I encourage most men out there is don't look at sex toys in your relationship as something that's there to replace you or something that is better than you. Sex toys are there to provide a different sensation, and those sensations are very vital to your woman's pleasure. They are very important for your woman to be able to experience an orgasm as intensely as it can be. So just look at sex toys as a supplement that's going to enhance your sexual relationship, your sexual satisfaction with your woman. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching to this point. Make sure to subscribe if you found this video informative. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in another video. Thank you.